This is the latest iteration of, a potential path to citizenship for Dreamers. Does this have any hope with the president, this Susan Collins group proposal?
Well, it might just be exactly what the White House needs in order to get along with it. As you mentioned, Senator Susan Collins leading a bipartisan group of lawmakers to reach an immigration deal supported by the business community, we should mention, but we just don't know whether or not this is going to be enough for the administration. Now, that said, the administration has been completely dwarfed out by other controversies in the recent day, most notably regarding the president's chief of staff and his handling of the abuse allegations against a former aide, Rob Porter. So they haven't been as engaged on the issue of immigration, a key part of the president's campaigning, than they would have liked.
Some of the details we know. Can you enumerate them for us, Kevin? And also talk a little bit about chain migration, which doesn't appear to be in there from what I can see.
Well, two things. First and foremost, the president had been really adamant about the issue of chained migration, saying that it was a complete non-starter and it needed to be separated out. So that's something that the White House will like. On the second point, we should note that they've juxtaposed the budget deal from last week in terms of increasing funding along the U.S.-Mexico border for the so-called wall, as well as extending the Obama-era principles on DACA for the so-called Dreamers. That's something that progressives would want. Either way, there's such a narrow path here. It's one thing to get it out of the Senate. It's a completely other to get it through the House of Representatives. And while there's a bipartisan group in the Senate, the politics of the House are just so much different than the makeup of the upper chamber.